I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, June the 20th, where on Tuesday our fearless leader Donald Trump had more tariff talk, and it sure hurt the stock market. It didn't show too much on our ag markets this time, but expecting, or he was hinting about $200 billion in additional tariffs on China. But I tell you what, he's wrangling around with them, and he'll get her straightened out here if we just give him enough time and be patient with him. Look at the board on Tuesday. August live cattle up $1.25 to end the day at 106.42, and we saw a lot of good support on the cattle board all over, except for the obvious one, which is June live cattle. It was only up 22 cents, and it's the one that's in the last part of the contract month here and still running a big basis, but ended the day on Tuesday at 108.52, and several open interest contracts still, 7,900 of them. In fact, that's over 300,000 head of cattle, guys. And you know, just wondering what's going to happen there. It'd be interesting to see if someone would come in there and start demanding delivery on those cattle, because they're way under the market. You can't buy any near beers or any feeder cattle that would be anywhere close to that. And you know, it might be interesting. You might get delivered some cattle that you could still put another month on, and the market will come to you. But don't know if there's anybody left in the industry with those kind of balls. But August feeder cattle up 65 cents to end the day at 149.62. October up 77 cents at 149.40. Fat cattle trade Tuesday is just getting to be such a slow day anymore as far as getting a lot of market information as we're getting into the summer months here. Just not a lot going on. But we did have a little bit of trade in Iowa negotiated that comes through mandatory reporting. 500 head of steers sold at 108 on Tuesday morning, at a load of heifers at 109 and a load of heifers at 174 dressed. But I think that's the wrong way of where we need to be going. I think as little cattle as the packers bought last week, and with the huge harvest they're expecting this week and next week, I'm thinking they may have to come to their milk a little bit quicker and try to find some cattle to buy negotiated to get things spurred up, to get cattle moving. But the Fed Cattle Exchange has got over 2,000 head offered. You remember last week, all negotiated trade, there was only 1,000 head in the Texas feedlot areas, and Fed Cattle Exchange got over 2,000 on offer Wednesday morning, mostly in Nebraska. We'll see if that spurs anything. Box beef cutout values are continuing to kind of tail off a little bit. Tuesday afternoon, choice cuts $219.70. That was down $1.01. Selects $202.30, down $1.90. Look at your feeder cattle market, your real-time index on Beef Market Central. Late in the day on Tuesday, sitting at 140.82, which was up just a little bit from Monday's close. Look at some big markets. OKC West had their calf sale on Tuesday, around 3,000 head of calves, and the calves sold really well. $2 to $4 higher in OKC West, so that's positive. We have been seeing some spotty rain around, and that's sure helping things. And getting some rain in western Oklahoma and in the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle, places that really need it. Ozarks Regional Stockyards in West Plains, Missouri on Tuesday had near 4,000 head there. And if you look at the automated report on Cattle Market Central, I sent a message to my buddy Dan Hill that reports that market for Federal State Market News, and I said those yearling cattle sure look good, and he said, yeah, 5 to 8 higher. And I said, well, the market you were looking at couldn't have been any closer to what we were seeing there, because you look at those yearling steers there, $5 to $8 higher. Really hard to get a measure on the calves. He said the calf run was a little up and down and spotty in the market, but a good sale on those yearlings in West Plains, Missouri. Look at some individual quotes. One look at Fredonia, Kansas had a good sale on Tuesday, and especially selling those big yearlings really well. On just some market type cattle, 120 head of 914 pound steers in Fredonia bring 137.10. That's not very far back of what the index level is, guys, and that's 115 pounds over it. But I think it'll take more to buy a big 9-weight yearling steer coming off the Flint Hills. You know, I think we better start looking closer to 150. Those would be the best feeding cattle of the year, and everybody wanting them. But we'll soon find out, I guess. Looking Bluegrass Stockyards, Lexington, Kentucky, at the brand new fancy facility there. Talk about a calf quote. Their calves are selling better than they are in the plains and the Midwest. Out there in Kentucky, had a big bunch, nearly a load of mostly black steers, 91 head of them, weigh 510 pounds at 191. And look at Alma, Nebraska there, south central Nebraska, up there on Tuesday, getting their sales back going. 63 head of 752 pound steers, bring 158 1/4. And that's your feeder flash for Wednesday.